Hi my favorite people, welcome back. My name is Vera and I'm a professional makeup artist and I have fully hooded eyes. I truly wish someone explained this to me 10 years ago because it would have saved me years of confusion, wasted products and feeling like my face is not for makeup. So this is not a try this hack tutorial. This is anatomy, placement and structure. And if you have hooded eyes and you've been told wing liner is impossible or that only surgery can help, this video is for you. Let's begin. Hooded eyes have safe zones and dead zones. There are areas where product can leave and look lifted, and there are areas where product will always collapse, transfer, crease, or visually drag the eye down because that skin is dominant. This is where the wing can exist and stay visible. This is the area we do not fight. And here's the most important sentence in this tutorial. Hooded eye lift is a redistribution of visual weight. You're not drawing a wing. You're redistributing weight away from collapsing skin into a controlled, stable structure. Not all hooded eyes are aging. Not all hooded eyes are downturned. And the illusion often comes from skin dominance, not the actual eye angle. When I know I'm going for a dramatic wing and darker makeup, I always start with a red eye reliever. Because on hooded eyes, dark liner and lashes create contrast, and if whites of the eyes are red, the whole look reads heavier, more tired, and less lifted. Now the most important, mapping. First, I mark the extension of my lower waterline. This gives me the direction of lift and the wing placement that won't collapse and won't break when you're smiling, when you make expressions. Next, I mark the highest point of my crease, not the fold that disappears. This is my landmark. Now I connect those 2 points with a line. This is a safe triangle. This is what shows the right eyeshadow placement for your eyes and the right lash mapping, structure of the lashes. Everything below this shape is dead zone. That's where liner collapses, smudges, creases, disappears into the hood. The wing should follow the direction of your lower waterline, because the lower lash direction stays stable when you smile, move, and blink, so your wing holds its shape instead of disappearing. I'm using my Happy Eyelids angled eyeliner brush. I designed it specifically for hooded eyes because we need control in tiny spaces and we need precision. And my Happy Eyelids black eyeshadow base is the product I recommend when you are learning placement because it's super blendable, it stays, it doesn't dry out. You can actually practice with it, build, adjust, wipe back, rebuild until your placement is correct. And it's also pro-friendly because it's vegan, intense, and really mixable. You can create custom shades, and if you keep it out of the dead zone, your placement is in safe zone. It will hold because it grips. With the Apex Mini, keep looking straight into the mirror. As you soften the edge, blend inward towards the inner corner. You're not spreading the wing out, you're tinting. That creates a soft, shaded effect that reads just like elegant structure. At the outer corner, most hooded eyes have a small pocket, a dip in the skin that pulls downward. And if you ignore that pocket, the eye looks unfinished. The wing goes up, but the lower outer corner stays heavy, and that's when the eye starts to look distorted or dragged. That's why I always soften or slightly smoke the outer lower lash line, not to make it darker, but to balance that pocket. Now let's talk about lashes in a way that finally makes sense. But first I'm going to say something that triggers people, but the truth is, on hooded eyes, the wing needs lashes to work. Lashes create the structure, lift, and the optical line that makes a wing make sense. Please listen carefully. Without lashes, the wing breaks, folds, or disappears into the hood, no matter the eyeliner technique. So when someone asks me, can you do this wing without lashes? That's like asking for chicken soup without chicken. The structure is missing, and if you want a wing liner without lashes, we can absolutely do beautiful alternatives, but this lifted, crisp wing relies on lash structure. And now here's visual explanation that I've never seen before, which hopefully will be helpful for you. Because of the hooded lid slope from the pupil to the outer corner often lacks support. So even if your lashes look long in the center, the outer corner can visually drop. That creates an optical problem. Your lashes look like they end low, but your wing tries to go up. So the eye looks distorted, like two different directions are happening, and this creates a gap. Now, these lashes from Feiner are the most forgiving lashes I've found for hooded eyes, for low brows, deep set eyes, and anyone who wears glasses. It's a short mixed tray length from 8 to 12, which makes it incredibly practical. Now, this placement, I promise you, is a game changing. At the outer corner, I don't start all the way at the very end because my wing is an extension of my lower waterline. I leave a gap of about half of one lash cluster between the wing direction and where the first lash sits. Now please keep watching so you understand what's for that and how game changing it is. I go inwards with this map like 12, 12, 10, 8. But here's the important part. This is not copy paste. I mean, it definitely can be if your eye shape is just like mine, but some people have the highest point of the crease more centered. If that's you, you might need only 12, 10, 8. It depends on your eye length, how deep set your eyes are, whether your hood is fully hooded or partial, like epicanthal fold. I personally have fully hooded eyes and I also have inner hooding, so I need a clean ascending lash structure from my highest crease point until it meets the top of my wing. Because that's the goal, the key point. Lashes create a rising line that connects into the wing like a puzzle. And when the lash puzzle is correct, the wing suddenly looks logical, balanced, and lifted. To make this work on my eyes, I always keep size 14 fishtails on hand. And now one more, I think, mind-blowing educational point is that is not my preference. I have a very drastic downhill slope from the highest point of my crease, and my eye is pretty long, so the distance from my lash root to the top of my wing is size 14. Bingo! So it's not a random size, it lines up exactly with my highest crease point and where my wing needs support. That's why I place 2 to 3 fishtails in the size 14 right in that outer corner area. And if you're wearing glasses, or your brows are low, try 12. Most likely your size at the outer corner is 12, not lower than that because you need lifting point in there. Now let's talk about where you actually place the eyeliner. I always look straight into the mirror and I only line what is visible. I'm tracing only lash roots, not above them, not on the lid. This step makes the wing look intentional instead of heavy. And this is why my angled eyeliner brush fits so perfectly here. It allows me to trace an ultra-thin line right at the roots without fighting the lid or over-thickening the liner. This is true tight lining, not placing product underneath the lashes, not dragging it through the line. The pigment belongs at the lash roots. So you place liner only at the outer portion of the upper lash roots where it supports the wing and connects to the lash structure. And that's what keeps the eye lifted, defined, and clean without closing the eye off. Now, once I'm happy with the wing, once the placement is correct and sitting fully in the safe zone, then I go with inglot. And I don't redraw the wing. I trace on top of what already exists. Very thin, very controlled, only where I want crispness. Because when black is this black and it's super matte, it doesn't forgive mistakes. But when it's placed on top of the correct structure, it looks like flawless. This what gives that clean 3D, almost filter-like effect. Now let's talk about lining the inner corner because this step is not universal. If you have close-set eyes, meaning your eye length is shorter than the distance between your inner corners, be very careful here. You can either stop before the inner corner or use a softer shade like brown, but if your eye distance is average or slightly wider like mine, this step works beautifully and actually completes the look. Also, if your eyes are short length or small, this is also visually elongates them. And it's the same, I map first with my black eyeshadow base. This lets me check the placement and make sure I love it. And once I'm happy, only then I go on top with inglot or a long wear liquid liner like NYX's Epic Ink or Maybelline Tattoo. Before we finish, I want to tell you something important. I created a bundles for you, my precision wing system, and it includes exact brushes I use for this technique and products. And I also linked a collage of my favorite wing liner products from Amazon, so you have everything you need without overbuying or guessing. Now I want to say this from my heart, okay? This is a very critical tutorial for me. And probably the most important one I've ever made. I finally managed to collect all my thoughts, all of my experience, everything I've learned over the years and pour into one video. Even if this video flops and won't reach a lot of people, I personally think this is my best work in years. And I've never heard this explained this way before, and I truly believe this can help a lot of people. If this helped you or just you enjoyed, please share this tutorial with your hooded eye besties. They need to know that I exist, and I love you so much. Thank you for all your support. I read every single comment, and every one of you matters to me. That's not just words, I truly feel that. Who am I without you? We are one organism, and together we are creating a supportive community where we feel seen, where we feel beautiful, inspired, and where we finally understand that nothing is wrong with our eye shape, no matter what we were told. Thank you so much for being here, and babe, you know you got this, right?